Steve said he thinks you're tired right now. Just how are you feeling, and do you want to play tomorrow night?
I feel fine. Obviously, I didn't play great at all, so everybody's going to, including coach, is going to try to figure out why. And mostly the turnovers, dumb plays all night, but had a really good run. You expect to have a level of consistency and whatnot, so when it doesn't happen, it becomes a question. I feel like more so my back that I was dealing with the last couple of days, see how that responds tomorrow. But otherwise, feel pretty solid.
So I asked her about your back and if that was bothering you any tonight. Was it bothering you? And if so, like, do you think it'll be something that you'll wake up tomorrow and feel that you need to kind of maybe rain check tomorrow?
No, like, if I'm out there playing, it's because I feel good enough to play, feel good enough to be myself. So I don't ever kind of marinate on an injury or something that you're feeling. Because if I'm out there, I'm supposed to play. I'm supposed to play better than I did tonight.
You mentioned the turnover stuff. Obviously, you had the one late. Can you talk about what was going through your mind on that pass? It's just a normal throw ahead, and was there something different that Denver was doing defensively that kind of triggered some of these turnovers?
No, they were obviously our game plan going in against their usual team is different than the lineups they had out there, and they were switching 1 through 5 and trying to be physical and keep bodies on bodies. And there's just for whatever reason a little hesitation at times, indecisiveness. I think I had probably like 5 of them that were just completely unforced, whether you're throwing it in transition. The one at the end, I felt like J.K. had an angle to try to get it, up to the rim before whoever else was guarding him, and we just had a miscommunication, and that's on the passer. It's never on the guy who's running. You got to be sure with whatever decision you're making, and that was an untimely one down 6 or whatever it was with a little over a minute. It could have been a different game, so you got to, again, just play better than I did tonight.
What happened with your back?
It just started hurting.
A couple games ago, right?
Before what game was that? Yes. Yeah, last Thursday.
Middle of the game, just started bothering
It
you?
was actually pregame, but it's something I've dealt with a couple years ago, but it was just a weird thing that popped up, and it's more just managing it.
When they're down Jokic and a handful of guys late like that, how quickly do you guys have to mentally switch into a new gear?
I mean, we didn't find out till probably whatever it was, an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it was before the game. And, it's just a totally different team, and it's guys that have the ball in their hands a lot more than they usually do, and they're playing free, and they know they have a free shot at us, and Aaron Gordon played unbelievable. Russ controlled the game the whole time. Porter Jr. got him off to a good start that kind of settled him in. So they just had guys that played a lot harder than we did tonight. And as much as we tried to come back, every time we made a run, it was like, oh, you're down 8, you're down 10, you're down 12, as opposed to really, threatening them with a real comeback. So you got to credit them. They played great, but also whenever we have the amount of turnovers you did, and not even the amount, the type, that can't happen, and obviously that starts with me.
Hello, Stephen. You and Russell Westbrook born on the same years, and 2 of you played the most time on the court tonight. You think how difficult as the veterans still and continue impact the game?
Right after the game, we have so much mutual respect for each other, what we've done in our careers. And one thing he said was, keep competing, which is really the message of why we still do what we do and why we love playing, because you get to have battles against, greats like him, so like he is. So it's kind of easy to get up for those type of games.
Okay, thank you. And how are you? Your voice a little different.
You said what?
Your voice a little.
I'm a little stuffy, but I'm all right.
When you think about the types of turnovers that happened tonight, which of those types are the most frustrating, the ones that are easiest to maybe cut out?
A majority of them, they were, for me, I got a pass deflected in transition 3 times. That last pass to J.K., one I threw off his foot on a roll. It's just either bad timing on the pass, bad decision making, rushing, and then a majority of those were live ball turnovers that then they capitalized on. It seemed like every single one of them. The one I threw off J.K.'s foot, Aaron Gordon hits a step back corner 3. Like, that was kind of the nature of the game. So all of those are avoidable, to say the least.
As you guys have been on this roll, Steph, other teams only have so many things they can do to adjust and to stop you. Have they ratcheted up the physicality?
Yeah, the New York game was like that. Tonight was not that physical per se, but they put out athletic lineups. They were trying to switch everything and keep the ball in front, not let us get our usual kind of shot creation going. So, and that was from the jump. They got off to an 8-point lead in that first quarter. We fought back. I think we were up 2 at one point, and then just every time we needed to get a stop or, have a stretch of good offensive possessions, we just couldn't do it. So, like I said, you have to credit them. They played great, but a lot of it was, a lack of execution on our side.